Hello, dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. As always, guys, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, I encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping me accountable. For those of you interested in a personal reading, all that information can be found down below in the description. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Gemini. So what do we have for Gemini this week? It's kind of weird. You're seeing something from. It's basically like being seen from like a different perspective, but it's almost kind of like you're. For those of you that are connected to birds, or I want to say eagle, like the eagle is flying up above. So it's almost kind of like you're seeing something, or you're seeing the full version of something. So something is being shown to you, and it's like clearly. And this has to do with whatever it is that you have been investing your time, or whatever it is that you've been trying to manifest, or you've been trying to create, because there is kind of like this hovering energy. So like if you've been trying to grow your business, or if you've been trying to initiate a business, or if you've been trying to meet a certain goal when it comes to your eating, or your weight, or whatever it is, there's kind of like this seeing, it's almost kind of like you're up on top, like hovering and seeing something clearly for the first time. So maybe it is, there's a certain food group that you need to add more to your diet that you weren't realizing, or maybe this is something that needs to be removed, or maybe you've been doing too much cardio, not enough weightlifting, or too much weightlifting and not enough cardio, whatever it is, right? Those are just examples, but there's something that is becoming crystal clear. In order to help you achieve something. There's almost kind of like the moment that you choose to kind of like step back, then you're able to see the whole picture. You may have been like, whatever this is for you, like if this is your business or whatever it is, you may have been clouded, or not being able to see a way out, or see a way to grow something, or a way to manifest something, because you were too emotionally involved. And I'm not talking about like, not caring or not being passionate about what you're doing, but you were allowing your emotions of like either not being there yet, or your emotions of like any fear or anything that things were not going to pick up, or that things were not going to get better, etc., to kind of control the energy. And that is kind of like what you're either seeing at this moment in time, like, okay, I need to take a step back, and I need to take a breather, and then I need to reanalyze a situation, because sometimes when you hit a blockage in something, it's not necessarily that you're being told to stop everything, like just drop it and be done with it. At times it's kind of like, okay, take a step back and reevaluate. What can you do differently? How can you maximize something, right? And sometimes in order for you to get to that point where you actually start seeing results, there is a trial and error period. And that is the period that you're either, I feel like you're almost kind of like coming out of it this week, or you will be completely out of this week, where you kind of just see something, you're like, oh, okay, this is the way that I have to do it. Okay, this is the way that I have to, move forward with this. Instead of trying something the same old way and not getting any results. And again, this definitely comes with that stepping back and this reevaluating type of energy. And I feel that the moment that you do that, everything starts to take off, and you start to see a lot of changes in whatever it is, whatever area that is for you specifically. For some of you, if this is in business and things like that, there may be a needing to collaborate with someone new, or maybe end a partnership with somebody that you're currently in with, because it's kind of like not both of your goals are not in alignment with what it is that the two of you want to reach. So any ending that needs to occur, whether it is any planning or anything that needs to be done, just go ahead and do so, because there is definitely someone in your energy that you are collaborating with or you're working with, but their goals are not the same as yours, or maybe they're just not as passionate as you are when it comes to this business or whatever it is, and it's almost kind of like they're slowing you down. So let's go ahead and let's pull out 3 tarot. So we have the Innocent, the Lady of Pentacles, and then we have the Lord of Wands in the reverse. So with the Innocent and the Lady of Pentacles, with the Innocent, we kind of look at in this deck anyway, it's like the Fool, right? So there is a chance, there is a risk that you're taking. There is a way of changing things. And I feel that this comes more from this perspective. Maybe you may have felt like you were stuck. Maybe you were feeling like you weren't getting the messages, or you weren't seeing something clearly, or something was just kind of like not working, but you couldn't see why. And it's kind of like this needed, or this needing to surrender, right? Needing to surrender that if something is not working out, or something is not yielding the results that you're expecting at this point, then something has to change, right? And a lot of times when we do something that does bring in results right away, and over time it stops doing it, we kind of hesitate to change things, because then we're like, well, what about if this doesn't work? And again, there is this needing to release that type of thought, right? If you allow yourself to surrender whenever you're being asked to, whenever it is that you're being asked to change something or to tweak something or whatever it is, then listen to it. And this will definitely allow you to, one, become more comfortable with changes, and two, would allow you to not feel as stuck as you may feel from time to time. A lot of what I like about the energy that I'm picking up from you, Gemini, is that you haven't really had the back and forth a lot. It's more of like needing what needs to be done and trying to figure out a way to do it. And when you're overly thinking about something or overly analyzing something, sometimes the answers don't come. So a good way to kind of do something to kind of distract yourself is either go into like a meditative state, or go into a couple of hours or a day of just you, right? Where you're just taking time for yourself. You're just doing things that you enjoy, whether that's dancing, whether that's walking in nature, whatever it is, and kind of like disconnect to everything. And let it just be you and spirit, right? You and the universe, nature, Mother Earth around you. And just kind of allow yourself to ground in that, and then revisit the situation. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull out an oracle card. Now this can be confirmation to the reading. This can be your advice, or something that you need to be made aware of that you're not seeing clearly. So just one card, spirit. And this one came out for someone else too. Number 7, the covenant, sacred contract. So what is it that, and the way that I'm looking at it with you guys is like, what is it that you want, right? If you tell, you tell the universe, you tell God, you tell spirit, your guides, whomever it is that you guys communicate with, and you say, this is what I want. And they're like, okay, we can get you there. We can help you there. We'll give you the ideas. We'll support you. This is what you got to do. Then it's kind of like, are you willing to put in your part? Because it's very easy to say, this is what I want, but when it is your time or your moment to step up, right, to go ahead and meet spirit halfway, are you actually going to do what is being asked of you? And that's kind of like what you have to kind of think of before you ask for what it is that you want. Well, guys, that is all that I have for you for this week. As always, thank you for all your love and support. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing. Guys, take care. Mwah. Love you all. Bye-bye.